Good morning. Happy Saturday, y'all. Rocking the gloss today. Super cute, cute pink. Love it. All right, thank you so much for being here today. I'm Lisa. I am live in the Camp Kailua Bakeshop, my kitchen. Not a trained baker. I just bake at home and I bake every week. So I thought, why not share with you? So here we are. That's kind of the backstory. If you're watching, please say hi. Let me know that you're here. I don't always see when people pop on, so it's super helpful if you can say hi. If something seems cool or fun, throw some hearts out there. That would be cool too. And if you're watching the replay, totally do the same. Say hi. Let me know that you caught me on replay. So today's recipe, water pie. What? First of all, like, it sounds super weird, right? I saw a few TikToks about it and I thought it's just like crazy enough that I feel like I need to try it. So here we are, water pie. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I figure if it works, great. Can't go wrong then, right? I mean, if it doesn't work, I'm just out some water and a handful of other ingredients. Right? At least I'm not wasting chocolate today if it doesn't work. I hope it works though, because I don't know. We'll see. Kind of have a little sweet tooth cooking today. All right, so first of all, first things first, I already have my oven preheating to 400. We'll talk a little bit about that later on, but right now it's preheating to 400. I also have my deep dish pie crust. It's unbaked on a cookie sheet so that we can just slide this whole thing into the oven. That'll be good to go. I should tell you, I cheat. This is store-bought frozen, right? It tastes great. It saves me a little headache of trying to roll it out and get all of the dough happy and things like that. So if you're like me and that's not your favorite thing, definitely can use a frozen crust. If you want to, you can totally make your own. That's great too. Let me see. There we go. Better. But yeah, you can totally make your own pie crust. That's great. I don't know. Like I said, this seems like easier for me. So yeah, done. Okay, so there's that. Also, make sure you grab the deep dish one according to the recipe that I'm using today. I don't remember where I found this recipe initially. I did after I kind of trolled TikTok a little bit, I found a few recipes and I just sort of picked and plucked. So I don't really know where this one came from exactly. I think it might be a compilation of a few. So yeah. Golly, this lighting is weird today. Anyway, so a little backstory before we get cooking on the water pie. I did read that originally this pie was kind of invented, popular, whatever, during the Great Depression. So when people didn't have a lot, they did have water, I guess, and stuff to make pie crust. So that's what they did. So here we are now with water pie. So we are, let me finish walking through the ingredients for you. We've got pie crust. We already talked about deep dish. Mine is frozen but thawed, unbaked. I also am going to be using 1.5 cups of water. Yeah, it legit has water in the water pie. I'm going to also be using 4 tablespoons of flour, all-purpose flour. I'm going to also be using less than a cup of sugar. So if you've been watching me lately, I've been trying to use less sugar than the recipe calls for. So I'm going to go a little light on the sugar. I also have 5 pats of butter, and by pats I mean, you know how the butter comes in the stick, and the stick has those pre-measures. I just cut 5 of those pre-measured slices and unwrapped them, so those are ready. And then I also have vanilla. That's that. All right, so the first thing I want to do is get my dry ingredients. I'm going to whisk together sugar and the flour. All right. I don't know why I feel so nervous about this water pie sitch. Let's see. Okay. All right, let me get some sugar. I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm trying to do a little bit less, so I'm gonna just do like, I don't know, that much. Okay, and then I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of flour. I keep my flour I live on the Gulf of Mexico, and so yeah, I live on the water making water pie. Silly. But my flour and sugar, actually anything, oh boy, this is a mess. Any dry ingredient kind of gets a little weird here if I don't like really wrap it up and stuff, so I made a huge mess apparently last time I got flour because yikes. All right, 4 tablespoons. 1, 2. Usually when I'm measuring flour, I don't dig into the flour, but I mean, it's a spoon and I would use a spoon anyway, so makes sense. I'm not like digging in a whole cup full, which can compress the flour, and then you have more than you need. All right, so that's that. I have my less than a cup of sugar and 4 tablespoons of flour, and let's just whisk that up. So whisking it is going to really do a nice job of incorporating, but also if there are any like little clusters of sugar or flour, kind of clumps, it will help minimize those and get rid of those. It also is going to add air, kind of aerate it, which we may not need in a pie, but I feel like it's a really efficient way to blend dry ingredients, so I usually do use a whisk. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now on to the fun part, building this pie. Here is my pie crust. Just wanted to check the temperature on that, where it's coming up nicely. Let me move some of these things out of the way. We've already used, like, clear out. Silly me, I put the wrong spoon away. All right, so hopefully you can see, here's my pie crust. The first thing I'm going to do with my pie crust is I'm gonna add water. So here's my water. I have a cup and a half. I didn't see, some recipes I saw said warm water, some said hot, some said cold. I don't know, I'm just using room temperature water. This is so weird. All right, there we go. So next, are you ready for this? I'm gonna take my dry ingredients. I'm gonna use a spoon and I'm gonna sprinkle it on top of the water. So weird. And I'm just gonna keep doing this until it's all gone. I don't know about this, you guys. I'm gonna have faith that the TikTok will not let us down. All right, so if you just joined, we're making water pie. I have a deep dish unbaked pie crust with a cup and a half of water in it, and I'm sprinkling a mixture of a little less than a cup of sugar and 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and my oven is preheated to 400 degrees. And there's a boat going by. I don't know if you can hear that. Pretty loud. Can you hear that? Fishing boat. It's not the loudest one. Do you guys remember a few weeks ago when that airboat went by? Holy moly. All right, we're almost done here. Have you ever had a water pie before, or tried it, or made it? I don't know. Like I said, I've only been hearing about it recently on TikTok, so. And then I looked it up and I did see it was actually from the Depression, so it's not a new pie. All right, you ready for some weirdness about water pie? It's about to get weirder. We're not gonna stir it. We're just gonna leave it like that. All right, next up, vanilla. I'm gonna use 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Just grab your favorite vanilla. And watch this magic. We're just gonna drizzle it over the top. Yeah, no stirring. One more. Whoop. I mean, it looks kind of cool, right? Look at that. Wipe off the little vanilla drips. Okay, last, we're going to drop the butter on top. So like I said, I have 5 tablespoons of butter. I just took a stick of butter and I cut it into 5 tablespoons, and then there was a little extra, so I figure we can use that as well. Yeah, just dropping the butter on top, no stirring. It smells good. I mean, sugar, vanilla, butter, right? You can't go wrong, really. Here are my little extra. When I say extra, I don't mean like that I'm using extra butter, but like some of the pats didn't quite cut all the way, so that's what this little business is here. Ooh, all right, that's probably good. Okay, so that's water pie. All right, let me pop it into the oven. Let me just make sure I've got all of my ducks in a row. Yeah, good deal. Okay, 2 seconds. Let me pop this in the oven. Figure that might be easier to open it and then walk over, because it is water. Alexa, set a timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so that's water pie, you guys. Super easy. I mean, lickety split, it's in the oven. Now, it's gonna bake for 30 minutes at 400. Then, when that timer goes off, I'm gonna pull it out. I'm gonna lower the heat to 375. I'm going to cover the crust, that outer part of the crust. If you have crust guards, those work great. You can just lay that on top and be good to go. I don't have anything like that. It seems super fancy. Maybe I should invest, but I don't have pie guards. I'm just gonna use foil. Take a long thing of foil, kind of roll it up, and you can just place it over the crust parts of the pie that are showing. That is going to help the crust not burn. It'll help it keep cooking and be nice and flaky then when it's all done. So after we drop the temperature to 375 and we cover the crust, we're gonna bake it another 30 minutes. Now, when you pull it out of the oven, I'm told it's going to still be kind of watery. So don't panic. I'm also told that it sets up as it cools. So give it time, let it cool completely, and then it should have kind of like a custardy-like consistency, right? So, yeah, I would let it cool completely, and then actually I would probably even place it in the fridge and let it sit in the fridge for an hour or two to get really nice and chilled before I cut it, just because I want to make sure that it has ample time to cool and set up. Make sense? So 400, 30 minutes, turn it down to 375, cover the crust, 30 more minutes, take it out, cool completely, pop it in the fridge for an hour or two to cool before you slice, and you should be good to go. Sound good? I think we'll see, right? Water pie. Anyway, I hope it turns out. If you bake this with me today, let me know, or if you bake this another day, let me know. Take a picture, tag me in it. I'd love to see your water pie creations. I hope that you have a great rest of your day. I think we're off to the beach, so should be lots of fun. Go sit in the sun and play in the water a little bit today. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. As always, if you have an idea for a future bake, definitely let me know. Happy to incorporate those. And if you'd like to sponsor a bake, please reach out. I'd love to walk you through how to make that happen. All right, thanks so much for baking water pie with me. Stay tuned to see how it, well, not stay tuned to see how it turns out, because I'm not going to keep you on the phone that long. I mean, on the live that long, but I'll post a picture. All right, thanks so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day.